In the past 20 days, I got this med spa 23 qualified patients that paid deposits and actually showed up. And in this video, I'm showing you exactly how I did that. All right, so we booked 23 appointments. We had 100% show-up rates. We had a $50 deposit from each one. And we actually recovered about 30% of our appointments just from our follow-up alone. And then it was only $30 in ad spend. So our average cost per lead was around $8, 73 leads generated, and $623 were spent. Here's a screenshot, and then here's the provider talking about her experience with us. And so this is how we actually did that. So the first number one thing we did was we created a unique problem first offer. So we took a look at the market, and for this particular med spa, they wanted to do something around microneedling. And we took a look at the market, and everyone was running similar microneedling offers, just offering the treatment with a discount and some simple ads. And so what we did was we took the microneedling and then we added in microdermabrasion as an add-on, and then we created an entire mini package with a different name. We call it the Wrinkle Rescue Session. And so this allowed our ad to stand out against the competition because first we combined two treatments together so that it was way different than a simple microneedling offer. But then we added a special name and made it kind of a mini package to give it a unique premium feel, which allowed us to get way cheaper leads and then ultimately the 23 appointments. And then the second thing we did was we created a wide variety of ads. So a lot of, agencies and other med spas, they'll create, video ads or image ads. But what we try to do is we create a ton of different types of ads because people respond to different types of ads. Some people respond to image ads, some people like videos. And it also allows Meta to show people images and then videos, and it creates a lot of variety that increases the amount of people we can book. So we really focused on, 4 main types of ads. So the first one is scripted video ads, and these are scripted video ads that really pull people in that have specific problems. We write the ads to attract the type of person you'd want in the spa, people that would buy packages and stay around a long time and that would actually be loyal. And then we also have a trendy TikTok style video with, good music that shows before and afters and the actual treatment being done. And then we have a simple before and after image, but we actually added a ton of long ad copy talking about the story of the provider. So similar to the scripted video ad, this one is the same thing kind of, but it's in actual writing format. So it still attracts those people. They just have to read through it. And so what this does is, the people that aren't the ideal patients, they won't read through the whole thing and they won't end up clicking the ad. But the people that are ideal, they'll click the ad and they'll end up booking. So it really dials in and attracts people that you want in the spa. Same with the scripted video ad. And at the end of the day, we're all selling the same treatments. Microneedling is pretty similar. So we really want to sell the person that's going to be providing the treatment. And that's going to convince someone to book over someone else that has a similar pricing or is, closer to them. So we really try to market that unique angle of why the provider got in the business and that sort of thing. And the winner of all of these ads was just the simple before and after image with the long ad copy. And we had about $3 a lead for those type of ads. So it was very successful. People liked the story we wrote out and it got in a ton of qualified appointments. And then once they click the ad, we made sure to build a problem-focused landing page, not so much about microneedling per se, but about what microneedling does for the person and what a person would be struggling with that would want microneedling. And so the headline and everything about the landing page focuses on those problems. And so we also have a ton of social proof and before and afters. So everything that, would build further trust with the person that clicked on the ad and convince them to fill out the form. And so the fourth thing we did was every lead got texted instantly. So we have AI that will text all leads right away, start conversations with them, handle objections, so that every single person, no matter if it's 2 a.m. and they randomly click on the ad, they still have someone to talk to and someone to book them in right away in the moment of their interest. Now, it's really important because people will book and they won't get texted or called for many hours. And by that time, they don't really care anymore. The moment of interest is gone. We want to capture the moment of interest immediately. And so we give them opportunity to book right away. And then if people aren't ready to book right away, we still followed up with them over the course of 2 weeks. And now these weren't just simple follow-ups. We actually handled common objections. So one of the biggest texts that got the most responses after people didn't book was simply explaining that we use numbing cream when we do the microneedling, so it's not as painful as they would think. That's what we would text them. And that got the most amount of responses because people actually have fear. It's not always that, they just are not interested anymore. Maybe they're having second thoughts about what the treatment is, everything. So we'll send before and after pictures of previous clients. We'll handle objections of, why people wouldn't end up booking, so that will get as many people, into that calendar as possible. And then once they book, we have a pre-arrival sequence. And similar to the 2-week follow-up, this pre-arrival sequence will also handle common objections. We'll also send social proof so that they come in for their consultation more ready and more qualified. And we'll also send, pictures of the provider. The provider will send a text to them. And everything is just designed to get them more qualified when they come in and also increase the chances of them showing up, which is why we were able to get 100% show rates with these appointments. Essentially, in 20 days, we were able to fill her calendar up with all the empty slots she had previously and grow her practice. Now, if you want the same thing done for your med spa, I'll put a link down below. You can watch the short video there and book a call with my team. We'll see if you're a good fit.